the following presentation of the National Football League.
With the eyes of the world watching, it's time for the biggest event of the year as we're proud to welcome you to the Super Bowl. Tonight, it's a battle for one team to join the greatest to ever play the game between the Green Bay Packers and the Las Vegas Raiders. Kate Scott and Brock Huard, happy to have you with us. And this an unusual spot to be, Brock. Both teams here, well, they have fought and earned their way to this one. Yet this still looks like could be one of the more lopsided Super Bowl matchups that we have seen in our time in the NFL.
It looks that way on paper, but we know. We've watched it through the centuries, right? We know that upsets happen in this moment. Broadway Joe's guarantee and the Jets win. It's just the third Super Bowl. David Tyree's helmet catch as those Giants shock the Patriots in their perfection. Lesser known Tom Brady, yeah, they too got past the greatest show on turf. This moment, underdogs emerge.
A tradition started back in 1967 has now reached its diamond anniversary. And off we go in Super Bowl 60. He stopped on the run back at the 27. So out had the Raiders for their first possession. They're led out by someone amidst their second act as an NFL QB. He was a second-rounder back in 2013, Geno Smith.
Well, here he is, Kate, in the role that I and so many other quarterbacks dreamed of being in during our careers, leading the AFC champions out on a Super Bowl Sunday. The journey? Well, it's only become more difficult every step along the way, from the regular season through each rung of the playoffs, and it's prepared him for the moment he's walking in right now.
The first carry here for Ashton Jeanty. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys, not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. He's going to keep it this time. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's a Vegas first down.
13 yards on the play. And the Las Vegas first down.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
On first down, Jeanty. He's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate, training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Smith. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Looking for Tyler Lockett on that play. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And the pack gets home. They drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. Fields this at the 19. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. So the Packers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the Utah State product and former first-rounder back in 2020, Jordan Love.
Kate, I can only imagine what's running through his mind right now. What an arduous fight across the entire NFC postseason to get to this moment. But I think this is one of those moments that you just go back in that backyard as a kid and you close your eyes and you dreamed of when you were little, and you're living in it right now.
Love going to air this out to start. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it sets up second down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
They'll try something else from the 27 this time. 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Love. That's Reed on the slant. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Love. And that short field pass, Brock, is held to the short field. It's going to be 4th and short.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
So 4th down, here comes Daniel Whelan to send it flying for the Packers. Back deep for the Raiders, Trey Tucker. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Second drive coming up for the Las Vegas offense. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Smith. This ball's cut by Bowers. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun, Smith. Into the hands of Tyler Lockett. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Straight ahead with Genty. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Smith to the air now. It's a screen play to Genty. Into the secondary past the 40. And finally stopped at the 34. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
And the Raider 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
Running from the pistol here with Genty. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. Just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late. And this could have been much, much more exciting.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Back to Jeanty. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Play number 7 on this drive, and they need 7 here on 3rd down. They'll throw 3rd and long. Going deep here for the end zone. And this is going to be hit by a defender and knocked away. Incomplete as the end zone look comes up empty, Brock. They've got a 4th down decision to make. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown, and you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
Carlson's kick is good, and that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
A dependable kicker, man, and that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Packers taking the field now. Their 2nd series of the game coming up. And it was a situation they prepared for, no doubt, Brock, but hoped that they wouldn't see. They're down early in the biggest game of the year.
Hey, listen, nobody said winning championships was easy. This is an early test of whether they've got the resiliency to win it all. And we know this. When that final second ticks off, most Super Bowl champions, they've been the most resilient players, too.
Love now on 1st and 10. Hits him on the in route. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. And creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. That's a Super Bowl caliber stop right there as they finish that play off behind the line. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Love on 3rd and short. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Jaden Reed, the intended target. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
An early deficit means you lose the runway to slowly get your offense up to speed. This offense got to get going. That incompletion won't help.
The Packers send out their punting unit. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. They've got an early 3-0 lead as they take over here. The Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10. Drive starts with an option, right side. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, well, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
Smith on 1st down. Now here he goes again. And he is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical first down.
Quick slant, caught by Lockett. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
23-yard line.
Coming to the line for another first and 10. Throwing is Smith. Finds him over the middle. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
First and 10 now. Here's Smith. Looking, Lockett isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack drives him in the wrong direction, partner, ahead of their second down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
After the sack could really use a big play here on second down. It's 2nd and 15. Smith setting the throw. Brought in right side. And this one does not go far.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
The Packers going nickel on third. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders stretch their early lead to 9. Tyler Lockett, the touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on football fields. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Raiders go up 10-zip here in the first.
Packers nothing.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Emmanuel Wilson to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Packers ready to run their offense back out there. And Brock, they are not in the spot they want to be, but still plenty of game left. You don't want to let the setting cause an early overreaction and panic.
Yeah, you just can't overtry. And every bit of you wants to, every fiber of your being in this building right now, you want to perform, but you just can't overdo it. Get back in the rhythm and play your game.
Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Love now off the play action. Hauled in by Musgrave. Short pickup to their own 31. Stopped by a former Packers first-rounder. That's Eric Stokes.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
2nd down now. They need 7. Love from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and you couldn't do it.
Finds the in route complete. And that is a great stop to deny him the marker. It's going to be 4th down.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Again, Daniel Whelan heading out for another punt. Tucker on to handle this return. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Raiders have their offense back out there. And here in the first, already up to a 10-0 advantage. First call here coming from the shotgun. First play is going to be a give to Jency. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3-and-out.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Trying to throw this from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. Gain of 9 yards on the play. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum to keep that defense on its heels.
They've got first down here from the 36. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pass caught by Jack Bech. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Las Vegas first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They'll come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Smith. This one falls incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, so second down coming up.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Smith. Caught, Trey Tucker makes the play. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They gain 11 on that play, and that's a Vegas first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
At the 39-yard line.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Counter give to Jency. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays, the ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Smith back to throw. Brought in by his back here. It's Jency. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
You know, so often we hear of a pass and catch downfield taking timing and anticipation. Well, the screen is actually something that takes a lot of practice reps. There are so many moving parts, from the lineman to the running back to the timing with the quarterback. That's well done.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that is 3 sacks for this defense in this contest, and that one forces a 4th down.
Hey, 3rd down, I get it. Give your quarterback some freedom, right, to make a play, even if he's got to work backwards. But it can blow up in your face as it did right there when nothing opens up.
2 A.J. Cole on to punt. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. Out now runs the Packer offense. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
Jacobs gets it to start the drive. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Love. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Target that time, Jaden Reed. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
It's been plays like that that have kept this game scoreless, and they can't execute. It will continue to do so.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Complete on a slant to Watson. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. So 20 yards on that play. And it'll give the Packers the first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Now Love on the play fake. This is Reed working the right side. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. So Super Bowl 60, a quarter of the way done. It's a 10-0 ball game. More from Santa Clara coming up. Enough waiting, we're back, and it's time to resume play here in Super Bowl 60 from Santa Clara. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And that's good for a gain of 5. Jeremy Chin there on the stop.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Play action, Love. This one taken in by Kraft. And he's going to manage 3 for them on the play. Stopped just a little bit shy of the marker.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
7th play of the drive now as they need a yard here on 3rd down. On the sneak, it's Love. They sent him right up the gut, but he wasn't able to get anywhere. The defense braced for impact, and they made the stop. It's 4th down.
It's weird to say, and it certainly won't show up on the stat sheet, but I want to give a lot of credit to that runner. Even though it didn't gain a yard, it actually took a heck of an effort just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Quite the brave call they're making in this situation, Brock. They're going for it on 4th. They'll run for it. Jacobs. They blow this play up. They're humbled and sent off the field here with a loss of yards and a turnover on downs.
I love aggressive defenses, and a blitz on 4th down's a gutsy call. But it can work against the pass, or in that case, against the run. Good luck running for the sticks when you've got a whole defense crashing the line of scrimmage off the snap.
Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Smith. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
These QBs make it look easy, but that requires such a large amount of body control when you throw it on the move. You got to be able to get the same accuracy you would if your feet are set. Sure takes a lot of repetition to make it look easy.
We give up the guts. It's Jeanty. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. They kick the running back in motion. From the gun, Smith. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Give him 8 on that one. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st down.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
Smith lost it. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on 1st down. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock, but now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
He's keeping it. They get to him after a small pickup to the 35. That was Micah Parsons making that play.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there, no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. Throwing into double coverage. How's Coach going to feel about that one?
Yeah, that's a no-no. Yeah, I experienced that as a player, and now as a coach, please don't do that again.
So now on 4th down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. From the right hash, 52 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going. You hate to see this on 4th down for that defense, roughing the kicker. Now they've got a 1st inside the red zone. They'll run here following the penalty. He dodged the tackle. And they're going to have 1st and goal after he picked up a nice chunk there.
Hey, these are the type of games he's counted on to get when they're available. Unfortunately, we had tremendous vision to see the seam and get through it before that window could close.
Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal. Here's Jeanty. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Blitz coming for Smith. That's incomplete on 2nd down. Trying getting that one to Brock Bowers. And now they're left with 3rd and goal.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
This is a pivotal moment on the game's biggest stage, Brock. It's 3rd and goal. Now Smith. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Raiders make it a 16-point ball game. Geno Smith with a touchdown.
Okay, we talked to enough coaches over the years, and find me a good red zone offense, and typically you'll find me a good, creative quarterback, one that can extend a play, use his legs as effectively as he can his arm.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders take a 3-possession lead.
Raiders 17. Packers nothing.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff.
For the Raiders.
Here's a return from the 7. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. The Packers all set to get back out there. And things starting to get a little out of hand for him, Brock. That last score made it 17-zip. Packers getting set here. 1st and 10. Hand off to Jacobs to start the drive. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Play fake, it's Love. Throw left side to Watson. This is a nice gain, nearly moves those chains. He's got it up to the 36.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
3rd and 1 now. Love. Pass brought in by Watson. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
1st down, Green Bay.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Running on first here with Jacobs. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
8 yards on the pickup.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Love out of the shotgun. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
There's no question. The greatest concern there was just getting the 1st down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
Quick throw out wide by Love. He takes this down to the 24-yard line. Devin White hauls him down. Following that completion, a member of the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Second down now, 7 to go. Love from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he gets this forward to the 19.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Eighth play of the drive now. They need 2 to keep it going. Here he is on 3rd and short. He's got his man. This is Kraft. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Stick it in the air. Love. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
After the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Throw right side, and Dobbs has it. That's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers start to fight back with their first points of this game. It's a Romeo Dobbs touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, Kate. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Extra point try is good by McManus. And the Packers cut the lead down to 10.
17. Packers 7.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Laube with the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. And after some momentum was wrestled away by that last touchdown drive, Brock, the pressure is on them to respond here. Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. Genty from the gun. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Tucker now in motion right. Shotgun snap to Smith. Completed over the middle. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. He outruns defense to make it a much bigger gain.
Shotgun give here to Genty. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is going to get them all the way into the red zone. He's taken down at the 13-yard line. They get 27 on the play. And that's a Vegas first down.
Vegas first down. First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Looks like they're going option keeper on first and 10. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, gains that seem a little tougher to get against the front, gosh, this QB just makes routine such effortless running to pick up a handful on that designed run.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Smith to the air now. Coming in the goal line. Touchdown, Vegas. The Raiders making a 16-point ball game. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for him.
Carlson adds the extra point. And the Raiders take a 3-possession lead.
24. Packers 7.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Wilson with a return here. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Packers and Jordan Love set to take over again. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Kicks the handoff, now Love. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Devin White makes the play. And the Raiders take over at the start of the red zone. He's tackled right at the 20.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance at making that pick. Might be a case of trying to force one where he shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. And I'm pretty sure, Brock, they hadn't even all sat down on that sideline yet to rest. And now they're right back out there with a great chance to repeat their last touchdown.
And you will take that every day of the week and twice on Sundays. You don't mind at all. You got that defense right now reeling after the touchdown. Look at where they start with the football now.
The Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10. Giving this to Genty. And we might be close to this lead growing again. That play gives him a 1st and goal.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
At the 6-yard line.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Now Smith taking off with it. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
That run now has put them in such a great spot, Kate. You get a run like that inside the first and goal situations, there's a whole lot of confidence when you break the huddle.
So from the 3, here's second and goal. Jency. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Raiders parlay the interception into points. Made the right read on the RPO inside the red zone, Brock, and things worked out.
And you know what is so key about these RPOs? It's that mesh point. It's the details right there. Not immediately giving any indication of what they were going to do, and it created, Kate, the slightest of hesitations for the defense, and that slightest opportunity is all he needed to hit the end zone.
Carlson now to add one more. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders make it a 24-point ball game.
Raiders 31, Packers 7.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff.
For the Raiders.
Wilson with a return here. And this drive will start inside the 25. Now here comes the Green Bay offense. And this drive, Brock, hopefully longer than that last one. They were only out there one play before they were picked off.
They're kind of a good chance right now to see how risk-averse these guys are offensively. A lot of game left. They could give the passing game a little breather and start this one on the ground.
Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10. A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. Give him 25 on that play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
And he gets him around 6 there. Is Darian Porter in on the stop.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. They stick with Jacobs. And he's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down. Well, we're going to pause here, and for good reason. One of the Raiders was injured on that play and is being tended to. Third and 4 coming up now. Shotgun now for Love. Has his man. It's Dobbs. Keeps himself upright. That's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers chop some of the lead off before the half. It's a Romeo Dobbs touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
McManus on for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Packers pull a little closer. It's a 17-point game now.
Packers 14,
On now is McManus to kick this away. Laube with the return. This makes it up to the 25. The Raiders and running back Ashton Jeanty headed back out there. They have been automatic scoring in this quarter, and yet another opportunity to do so here. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Smith steps up and he's running with it. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. Give him 13 on that play. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st down.
As much as you like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
Very small gain, if anything here, maybe a yard. It's 2nd down.
One thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Smith back to throw. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. He lobs this up, left sideline, looking for something big. He's got it inside the 10. The Packers take their 1st time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
And the Las Vegas 1st down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Coming left is Jeanty. And he pushes it all the way to the goal line, but goes out at the 1. 1st shot gets him 5. Still a couple of looks remaining. It's 2nd and goal.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
They go to him again. And he does not get in. They stop him at the 1. Just a yard that time. They needed more, and now it's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd.
That's twice now where runs have not gotten them into the end zone, but you've kind of set yourself up. Actually, you've set yourself up really well for a little play action right here.
3rd and goal now. Can they find that final yard? Throwing is Smith. On him quick, and they bring him down. And the defensive down away from completing this stand. It's 4th and goal.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the 1st half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. So now on 4th down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. A little more than a chip shot. This is 25 yards. Carlson's kick is good. And just before halftime, Bronk, they're able to add 3 to their advantage.
We know that most of these coaches really don't crack that big smile until they get that W with 60 minutes over, but I see a little sly smile on that coach's face because that's terrific execution. You work those situations to pay them off with points. They did just that.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. So it's a touchback on the kickoff, and we're going to get one final snap here in the half.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here's the final play of our first half. Final throw before the break. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And his final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
Thank you, Scott. Great work there. We, on the other hand, didn't have a great first half. Here's hoping things get a little bit closer this time around as we get set for quarter number 3. Enough waiting. Let's crown a champion, shall we? The second half of the Super Bowl is underway. Wilson with a return here. Here's the Packer offense headed out to start the third quarter. In that first half, they just couldn't keep up the pace, but they're going to be the ones setting the pace here to begin this third quarter. Packers getting set here. 1st and 10. Third quarter starts with a run from Jacobs. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. They've got a man in motion. On 2nd down, Jacobs. He did well to shake off one tackle partner, but the next one got him. He's going to lose yards.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Throwing his love on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it'll give the Packers the first.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Now Love on the play fake. Finds him over the middle. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Just a yard left to go on 2nd down. Handoff running right. Jacobs. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And he gets this all the way to the 25 before they stop him. That play good for 17 and a first down.
I just love that so much, Kate. Yeah, they trailed at the break, but that doesn't deter you from running the ball. And results like that will more than likely have them lean into the run game.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. To the air with Love. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Working now from the gun. Hits him on the in route. And this is going to get him right up near that 1st down, but he's marked short after a gain of 7, 3rd down.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
QB sneak coming, and they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. And when you got a tough QB that wants to put it on his shoulders, you sign up for it.
From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. Good hit on the ground here. That's going to be a 9-yard pickup as it's 2nd down.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at them and go make a point.
Less than a ruler needed here on 2nd down. Throwing, it's Love. Raiders closing in, and down he goes. And they come through the sack to bring around 3rd down.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Third down here, need 8 on the play. Here he goes, 3rd and long. That's caught for the 1st. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. 3 touchdown catches in one game is rare air, Brock. Safe to say most guys who retire can name every time they did that here in the NFL.
Yeah, I hope he remembers it, but also remember this. Receivers, they're a dependent position. They're dependent on the guys doing their job up front. They're dependent on the quarterback putting it on the spot. And usually, when you reach a milestone like this, you'd love to share it with everybody else. And my guess, especially if they could find a way to win this one, is this receiver will celebrate it with all of his guys.
That one splits the uprights. And the Packers drop the lead back to 13. On now is McManus to kick this away. To return, here's Raheem Mostert. Finds some space, he's past the 30. Field flipping effort there as he's brought down on the opposite side of the 50.
10 times, Kate. The kickoff's been brought back for a touchdown in the greatest game of the year 10 times, and for a moment, I think we all thought we were watching number 11. That certainly was a Super Bowl moment and a great return, even if it didn't reach the end zone.
Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Counter give to Jency. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play. Whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Smith. And they're finally able to get to him and touch him down, but damage already done as they pick up that first down.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says two things in every production meeting. Number one, well, we got to stop the run. And number two, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
And off to Jency. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Play action. Here's Smith. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that brings up 4th and long. So they take their shot for the end zone, Brock, rather than focusing on that first down marker. And now they've got a decision to make.
Yeah, I think with that incompletion, they made the decision. You better send that field goal team on. They took their shot. They just couldn't finish it.
Carlson's kick is good. And that'll give them a 16-point advantage.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Wilson with a return here. Showing a little burst so far. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Packers and Jordan Love set to take over again. And the touchdowns got to keep coming from as they still trail here. First and 10 from the 32. Love out of the shotgun. And down he goes. Raiders got him. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front seven telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did. Wasted no time in getting that sack.
Things already looking a good bit tougher here. It is 2nd and 17 after the sack. Love from the gun. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down at the 28-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve. Some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Offense going with a 4-receiver set, 3rd and long. 3rd and long for him here. Left side into the hands of Dobbs. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, You're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days. When you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And the fair catch secured here at the 16. The Raiders have their offense back out there. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Smith. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Trying to find Brock Bowers. And now it's 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. They give up the guts. It's Jeanty. Stopped after a gain of 2. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on them. Keep working on them. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
Nickel look by the Packers on 3rd down. He'll air it out on 3rd. He's making a bid for it. And Smith wisely slides down safely with enough to move those chains.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Raider first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Smith on 1st down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Intended target, Dante Thornton Jr. And now they face 2nd down.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
This is Jeanty on 2nd. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Making the stop against the team who drafted him was Nate Hobbs.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
Smith on 3rd and short. That's Lockett. He brings it in. And they will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line. They get 22 out of that play. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Connects on the crosser. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is. Because that QB and tight ends, they got that ball out in a hurry.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Straight ahead with Jeanty. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be 3rd down.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Quite the drive they're putting together here, partner. This is the 9th play event as they get set for 3rd and 6. Third and long. They're going to throw. Taking a chance to the end zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit, Kate. You get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
Field goal. A 52-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And make this a 19.3 score advantage.
But when we start discussing who their most dependable scorer is in this game, I don't think it's one of these skill guys, not even the quarterback, who comes to my mind first. I'm going to bring up this kicker. He's now a perfect 4 for 4 on field goals and contributing big time to this lead.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. Shoots away from one. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Packers are headed back to the field, so we'll get a look at Romeo Doubs. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8. 2nd down. Well, we'll pause here, and for good reason. One of the Packers injured on that play and is being tended to. Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Love now off the play action. Falls to the ground out left. Incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up.
I don't mind that play action shot at all, Kate, especially in this circumstance. The only problem is I think that defensive coordinator was thinking the way the offensive coordinator was, as they defended that pretty darn well.
On his own read, here's Jacobs. And this defense is going to win this rep. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense that just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
They'll bring out the punter here. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. Fights his way through a tackle. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Raiders and running back Ashton Jeanty headed back out there. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Smith to the air now. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Kate, from my vantage point up here, that was pretty close to drawing a penalty flag. Risky decision on 1st down, but there was a target in the area, so thus, no penalty, and we move on to 2nd.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10, still from the 30. They go play action. Here's Smith. This is going to be incomplete again. Defender knocks this one away. That brings up 3rd down.
A small little jab there, finally landed by the defense. Able to break up one of these passes, but let's be real. We know who's been landing the heavy punches all game long. Looks like they're going to keep being aggressive too, Kate. I love that. Stay on the gas.
Throw here, 3rd down. He's trying to push the field. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So that brings up 4th and long.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
Starts his return from the 23. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Packers are headed back to the field, so we'll get a look at Romeo Doubs. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. First down now, ball at the 33. And off to Jacobs to start the drive. He's held it just a couple of yards on that carry, and that brings up 2nd down.
The tackle made by Lonnie Johnson. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 35-yard line.
Shotgun now for Love. Throw left side to Watson. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
17 yards. And a Packer first down.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
Love now on 1st and 10. Finds him on the crossing route. And there's not going to be a score, but great effort. He's out of bounds inside the 10. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
From the red zone on 1st. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here is 2nd and goal. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And they'll make the stop after a small push to the 5. A pickup of 4. That brings up 3rd and goal.
Well, Kate, this is going to be a fascinating call because defensively, you've stopped the run twice now, and I think you believe on that side, well, they got to put it in the air. But this is also where the offense could say, we got 2 more shots. Let's continue to pound the football. Can't wait to watch this one.
Love now on 3rd and goal. Oh, on him quick there, and they bring him to the turn. And the defense a down away from completing this stand. It's 4th and goal.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
On comes Brandon McManus now to try this field goal for the Packers. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. McManus sends it through. And they get a smidgen closer as it's down to 16.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
On now is McManus to kick this away. Mostert on the return. Escapes the defender. All right, and in the end, Brock, this is going to make it out to the 30. Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Zone read, they'll give it to Genty. And that carry on, that's one on the plunge up the gut.
Keyshawn Nixon on the stop. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. And go play fake here with Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
I know the scoreboard doesn't say it, but this has been a winning effort up front defensively. One of the keys to their success was going to be this pass rush and sacking the quarterback, and they can check that box.
Offense looking to convert as they come up to the line. 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Has it downfield, working the left. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 33. And the Las Vegas 1st down.
Hard to believe, but just 1 quarter left in our season. We're through 3 in Super Bowl 60. It's Raiders football, and if they close it out, it'll be a 4th title for the Silver and Black. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Design quarterback run here. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
You know, that's a case, Kate, defensively, where you just got to keep your eyes in the backfield and be ready if they go with that drop play. Even an extra second to react, well, gives them room to operate.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Genty from the gun. Hop on the line here on 2nd down, which is only going to make things tougher for this 3rd down coming up.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Packers loading up the secondary on 3rd, 6 DBs out there. They'll throw, 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 28. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st down.
That's good for a Las Vegas 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Smith. He's got it. It's in close. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Here's Genty. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. They're 3 yards closer to the end zone. Here comes 2nd and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Here's another for him. And he's in this time. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders have likely locked up the win right there. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders stretch the lead to 23. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Packers are headed back to the field, so we'll get a look at Romeo Doubs. And scoring hasn't been the issue for him, Brock, but it has been impossible to hold pace with the offense on the other side of this football field.
And we know they can't get this all back in one play, but they better do it with a sense of urgency.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Love now. Hits him on the out route. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
Love out of the shotgun. That's to Reed again. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
First and 10. He keeps it on the option. We'll have a 4-yard gain on that one. He's taken down at the 44.
And that's a pretty modest pickup for a QB keeper. On the traditional handoff, you'll take that yardage, but those QB keepers, so many times, they're really designed, Kate, for chunk plays in mind, double digits, and they nearly got it there.
First down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. To the air with Love. Now setting up the screen for Jacobs. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle room. You call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. This is Jacobs running left. Has a lane inside the 35. And he has this all the way down to the 29-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down throw, here's Love. Complete on a slant to Watson. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll give the Packers the first.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. It's a double-digit gain 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal.
Why in the heck do you need 2 or 3 plays when you can get it done in one effective call right there? Go from first down to first down, exactly the tempo offenses love.
4 downs to get this across. Here's first and goal. Love from the gun. Catch is made in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Let's see what they want to do here. It's 2nd and inches. Stick it in the air. Love. And they get to him again. And quickly, their chances at the end zone are running out, Brock. It's 3rd and goal.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks, well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
Touchdown or bust for him here as they set up for 3rd and goal. Love looking to pass. He's in trouble and gets brought down again. And the hits just keep coming for them on this play, it seems. Elsewhere on the field, they've got a player hurt and in need of some attention. Well, simply put, Brock, they absolutely need to have the conversion here on 4th down. Desperation time here. And a completion not in the cards on that 4th and goal. They passed on 3 points, and they'll wind up with none.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
The Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10. From the gun, Smith. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands. He dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Well, those are the looks they have hoped would open up by this point in the game, Brock, but still got some guys sitting on those throws, and they nearly made a splash play.
You know as a quarterback when you throw in the middle of the field, there's just simply more defenders in harm's way, and you've got to see that window open. He got away with one there.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Smith. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
That was pretty cool right there. I mean, that is an underrated effort on that play from his target, hustling and bustling his way to make sure he was in the neighborhood of that throw. So the Zebras, well, they couldn't penalize the throwaway.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And he is persuaded to go out of bounds just as he gets this up past the 30-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
On 1st down, Gentile. Solid gain on that play, Brock. That's 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd down.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Smith to the air now. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
You know what I like about this shot down the field, Kate? It keeps a defense honest. They know defensively, if we overcommit, we could get burned deep.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them him up and bring up fourth down.
I got a sense, Kate. He went to bed last night dreaming, can I get a sack? Can I find a way to get to the quarterback? Well, he didn't do it just once. He's now done it twice.
Las Vegas sends out the punt team. It'll be A.J. Cole doing the honors. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. First and 10 from the 32. Now Love on the play fake. Once again, it's a pass caught by Reed. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Love with it on first down. Forced out to his right.
Kid, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But it nets the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Shotgun now for Love. Finds him on the crossing route. He has it to the 23-yard line as he's brought down. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
To the line and set. Here we go, first down. Jacobs running behind center. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
You want to see the term read and react to the little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
At the Raiders' 23-yard line.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Working now from the gun. Back to a familiar target. It's Watson. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Now looks like we're going to get a stoppage for an injured Packer. He's in some pain as the trainers head out to examine him. Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap, they'll throw. Hits his running back. Tackle made at the 10, 1st and goal coming up.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Love. Pass it down close. That's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers making the scoreboard look a touch better. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown. A 4th for him in this game, and one more ties the record. And that is his 4th touchdown reception of the game. And if you wonder how rare that is, only a couple of active players have ever achieved it in their careers, and it's been done less than 50 times in league history. Here's Love up to the line. 2-point attempt coming.
The Packers will set up for the...
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he makes the catch, so hope not entirely extinguished just yet. Still a little glimmer remaining as that makes it a 2-score game here late. Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
On now is McManus to kick this away. Laube with the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And they're already up by 2 scores, Brock, but another one here would really put this one out of reach. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. First play is going to be a give to Jency. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
New set of downs is not off to a real good start here, Kate. And I know every yard counts in this league, but that lone yard, it's not going to really change what they're thinking about doing here on 2nd down.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Back to Jency. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
They put a receiver in motion right. Throwing on 3rd, Smith. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Packers have some new life in the 4th.
Kate, I think you can almost sense a little bit of a hesitant spark out there. Nobody is going to get too excited. You're still down 2 scores, but there's a little flash of hope, a little flash of optimism. Their defense just gave the offense by taking the ball away.
The Packers are headed back to the field, so we'll get a look at Romeo Doubs. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
They've got 1st down here from the 36. Love out of the shotgun. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets him all the way down to that 15-yard line. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
We hear about basketball on grass so much more of the space and speed coming to the NFL game. That play's so indicative of it. Get that point guard in the open field and let him do his thing.
Working inside the red zone. And he will have them a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers can make it a 1-score game as they trim the lead. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Extra point try coming. This would importantly make it a one-score game. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the fourth.
Makes the score Raiders 47, Packers 39.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Laube with the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to one score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun give here to JT. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. The Packers take their first time out. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
I've talked to running backs over the years, Kate, and the transition from the college game to the pro game. They'll tell you, there's just times in the NFL you got to run into darkness. You run into a lot of bodies. Perfect example of that on the first down play.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Smith. Short pass brought in. Good pickup, but he's denied that first down. His stop comes at the 32-yard line. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it, 2nd. And with another one gone, they're going to have just 1 remaining this game.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
On the sneak, it's Smith. He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have 4th down coming up. Timeout taken by the Packers, their 3rd and final one. And this could be an issue the rest of the way with no way to stop this clock. The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. The Packers are headed back to the field, so we'll get a look at Romeo Doubs. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, I'd expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much, those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay 1 play ahead of their defensive foes.
Play action, Love. This is complete. It's Matthew Golden. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. So 20 yards on that play. And it'll give the Packers the first.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Love now on 1st and 10. No one open on that play, so he's going to chuck this to another county.
Jeremy Chin on the coverage.
All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. A 2nd down throw here for Love. This one taken in by Kraft. And he's tackled for no gain. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. Packers trail by 8. Here he is to throw. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down.
That is just a nice stretch of some reps there defensively. Really one of the areas when you watch college game to the NFL game that there is a vast difference. And that's the tightness of coverage. These windows of opportunity are small, and they could not find a completion.
Desperation time here. Trying to push deep downfield. And this is rejected. The defender knocks the throw away and forces a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
Yeah, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours.
Line up the design keeper. Kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. They're drawn up for it. And after 4 decades and 2 relocations, the Raiders are back on top, Brock. Vegas is going to be even more wild than usual tonight. The Raiders are Super Bowl champions. What a moment for all of them, Brock. The crowning achievements for the careers of all of these players. And for this new coaching staff in just their first season leading this organization.
You know, how many times have we talked about these great teams and their window open and they need just one final player to take them over the top?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it's not a player at all. The missing piece is actually a coach. Just the